up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of LSA Talks. In today's episode, I got the boys Speedy and Mason, otherwise known as Miggy. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how they got into Airsoft, when they were on LSA, the first impressions of the team. Let's see, we're going to talk about their duo, S&M, is their little thing. Funny story, how they got into Airsoft, and then how they got out, and how they're back into Airsoft, and other things that we'll get to. So I'll start her off here. I'll start with who wants to go first? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Oh, okay.
I guess I'm going.
All right, Speedy. So how did you get into Airsoft?
How did I get into Airsoft? I think a lot of people can relate to this. I didn't even know what it was. I heard of paintball. You know, it was a lot more mainstream. But I moved in with my grandmother in Orlando, Florida, and her son was going and playing Airsoft. And except for playing video games all day and every day, she was like, go ahead and try it out. At this time, I was becoming a freshman in high school. So I tried it out, and that's how I picked it up. I was like, it's all right. I had the bad mask and everything, so my mask was fogging up, and it wasn't fun at all at first. But then my competitive spirit in me, I wanted to try it out more, and now I'm here. So that's how I definitely heard of Airsoft and started it. Is I just picked it up one day, and that was like in September, and I loved it so much that in December, Christmas, I asked for an airsoft gun, and my first airsoft gun was an AK. It was an AK, so that's how I started and, heard of airsoft.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. Miggy, you want to add to that how you got into Airsoft?
Yeah. So I got into it because when I was younger, my family played paintball. I was around paintball. I just enjoyed watching it. Went to tournaments, stuff like that. But when I started getting a little older, got out of it. Didn't really do no paintball, no airsoft, nothing like that. But so me and Avery actually been friends since like middle school.
We were friends before he started playing, so.
Yeah. And then he was already playing, and I think like 2015, 2016, we were just talking, and you were just like, come out and try it. You can use one of my guns. Came out one day, used his gun. He had like a 10-pound scar. I do remember that.
That was my dad's scar, actually, not even one of mine.
Like a 10-pound scar, yeah. And then it just kind of went from there. I took a break, and then I think about 3-4 months ago, I picked it back up, because y'all don't know Avery. This man's a money man. He made some smackarooskies off me.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I got this gun. I'm selling it if you want to get back in.
Sound like Avery.
That is true. that is literally how he got back into it a couple months ago. Yeah. So, to reiterate on that, yeah, he had just got back into the sport 3 or 4 months ago from this video going out. And the reason he got back in is because I have guns coming in and out that I sell and build on the side. If I get a good deal on it, I'll buy it and I'll resell it. And I'd always told him about the builds I was getting because I knew he'd played in the past with me. And, if I got something that he might want, maybe, it was worth a shot to try and see if he'll buy it. And I just kept hitting him with stuff. And then finally, he's like, all right, I'll buy it. If you let me join LSA. And I was like, well, I'm not going to let you join LSA, but I'll sell you the gun and you can use it to try out and we'll see what happens. But, so. But that's another good thing to pick up. We'll pick up going into, and you kind of touched on it yourself, Miggy, for you. So I'll ask Speedy. You guys played, right? And then you took a break. Why did you take this break? And what caused you to come back from this break?
All right. Well, I feel like the other topic is gonna bring up, my first break, so I'll just start my second break. My second break, I live in Orlando. The main field, Battalion Airsoft Arena, we all know is in Jacksonville. I have a Ford Mustang. It's not great on gas. I do not want to drive 2 hours there and back just to play airsoft. And at the time, like I said, I'll bring up the team when that question or topic is brought up. By the time I owned a team, I was on a team. At one point, we were the biggest team in, Florida. But it died. A lot of team members either moved, went to college, didn't care about airsoft anymore. And I was like the only really person and maybe my old teammate Z that was trying to hold on to something that wasn't there. So, suffer saving money. Or, I started to, think about, just saving money and just not going. But I picked it back up. Shout out to LSA Roy. He hit me up. He was like, hey, we made this team, Last Day in Airsoft, LSA. We're recruiting at the time. And I know last time I played with you, you were really good. And if you're really ambitious and dedicated, come out, come out with the team. We're coming out this date. And I was like, you know what? Like, I need to exercise. I love the game. So I was like, all right, and he told me Last Stand Airsoft was basically everyone's last stand, for a team, whether after this, if it doesn't work out, everyone just goes solo or quits airsoft. So I feel like, that was another, you know, thing that I can relate to is this is definitely my last stand before I just decide, it's time to, move on to other things or just play solo and play when I can and,
Right.
stuff like that. So that's how I came back into it is Roy hit me up on Snapchat. Izzy, shout out to Izzy. That's the LSA Izzy. Um, I've known him for years, so he definitely hit me up afterwards. He lives down the street. He also lives in Orlando, so that's how I came back in the airsoft. Is I got asked to go play with you guys, and now I'm here. I'm on the team, and I hope this is it.
All right, so going off of that, that's good insight. And Mason, you kind of already touched on how you got back into airsoft. As far as I basically sold you a gun and you just got back into it.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, and Speedy touched on this in just a second ago, how you got into LSA. How did that come about?
Okay, so I think it was Battalion's, how many years is it now? Like 7 year anniversary was a few months ago.
It was like
Was it
eighth or
7 years?
ninth, eighth or
Oh,
ninth.
alright, cut. Alright,
It was their
uh,
anniversary.
so a couple months ago, it was Battalion's anniversary. I think that was in November of 2020. And then, so I came out, bought the gun from Avery that day, played for a little bit, and LSA was already all there. I came out. I mean, I didn't know anyone. I knew Avery and like maybe a couple people like Roy from like when I used to play way back in, and everybody was pretty cool. Everybody was nice. Nobody like they didn't know me, but they knew I was Avery's friend. They were so nice. They were playing with me. We were talking, hanging out. It was just a fun time. And then I started playing a couple more times, just here and there, just like team practice days, stuff like that. I just came out to hang with Avery. And then November like 14th or something, it
Yep,
was,
November 14th.
yep, got that memory on lock.
Hey.
We had a full battalion full field tournament, and Avery was like, "Hey, we have enough people to play, but we don't have one for sub. If you want to come, you could get looked at joining." I was like, "Sure, I'll come play. I'll come be a sub, whatever." And then showed up, got thrown in a game early on because I wasn't that good. Just got back into it after taking like a 4 or 5 year break, and then I got subbed in the finals game. Ended
Oh
up
yeah.
playing with Moose on
Oh.
both sides, and never really talked to Moose before. Never played with Moose before, and we just clicked on the field. Like it was like I went from being a player like this to being like this, just playing with him, and just like the environment that LSA gave off was just phenomenal.
Right. Yeah. So that had to be interesting. Showing up to the tournament day as a sub. Just trying to get your name out there, possibly join the team, and then literally the game. Because we had lost that first game to SLS. Um, so it came down to that last game. Whoever won, won. And we threw you in fresh, ready to go. And you had to perform, and we blew them out. So, yeah, what else can you say?
Sir,
What else can you
Yeah,
say?
it was crazy.
what a
I
tryout
remember,
day.
Right.
yeah,
What a tryout.
I remember. Yeah, it was that night after the tournament. As soon as we won, Avery looked at me. He was like, "There's no way they're gonna say no." And then had a video call with Izzy, Roy, Speedy. Everybody was on the video call that wasn't there. And then Izzy was like, "We're gonna watch some footage," because I rocked Avery's GoPro for a couple games. I think I played, and then got a text from Izzy the next week telling me, "Congrats, welcome to the family."
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. Keyword family.
Yes, sir. Family all day. All day.
I want to add on to that too.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Um, that tournament that Miggy was speaking of, I wasn't there. It's the only tournament I wasn't able to make since we've been a team, and it was for death in the family.
Right.
And the moment I had the funeral that tournament day, and the moment like they won, they FaceTimed us, or we all group chat in our little group chat, and the first thing Avery, Miggy. I've known Miggy for like I've spoken to him maybe 2 days, and like they were all saying, this is for you, this is for your relative that passed away, and that's the moment I definitely knew that this was, like I said, family. Like this, we all come from different backgrounds, maybe political views, maybe
Yep,
ethnicity,
we do. All
but at
kinds
the
of that.
at the end of the day, even if it's just liking different type of stuff, like at the end of the day, like that meant a lot for them to say that, and that's why it's definitely family, and that tournament definitely like made us as a team realize that this is this is something, we have something, let's move on it, it's not just another team.
Right.
So definitely shout out to Avery and Miggy and the rest of the boys, Alex, that was just there and representing the team when three starters that wasn't even able to be there that day. So
Yep. All right. So I'll move into my next question. I'll start with you, Speedy. When
yes
you
sir.
when you got on this team, what were your initial impressions of the team and how we functioned and just everybody, the people, the environment, all that?
um my initial impression, Izzy, the main big captain. I knew him for years. I knew him longer than Roy knew him and Avery knew him actually. I knew him back in the day where, the Orlando days where Jacksonville just opened up maybe a year, so Battalion Airsoft. So I already had that chemistry, like friendship with Izzy, so the initial was him, was really well. Moose, Jorn, first time ever meeting. Man, they first thing, even Avery, first thing they did was shake my hand and give me a hug. It wasn't even, it wasn't no hesitation, no, you know, they just automatically like gave me
Right.
family vibes, like everyone, even Roy from picking me up and texting, talking to me about coming to try out. So The initial impression was definitely good. I We had a meeting before we played, and at the time, Vandals was the best team. They were running the field. They were winning tournament after tournament. It was not a tournament day we came and played, but um, we had a meeting about just to come out and just show everybody that we're a team, and for sure, we gave them a hell of a shot and in a
Nice.
Gen Pop game and showed out, and it was fun. It gave me that spark that I missed in Airsoft. Miggy definitely can relate to this, that spark
Glad
that
y'all
just
got that
like,
spark back.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was just like, man, this, I missed this, so the team definitely helped me pursue this passion and hobby again. So it was a really good first impression.
That's good. Mason, you got anything to add on to that? Your first impressions, vibes, anything like that?
First day I met with a team, like I said, I knew. I think only people I knew beforehand was Avery and Roy. And I mean, I didn't even know no Roy. I just knew of him. Like
Yeah.
we knew
Oh,
of
and
each
then you
other.
and then one you had played on Xbox with Vince before, but that's it.
Yes, that was it. Played
Other than
Xbox.
that,
We
you
were in
didn't
an
know
Xbox
anybody.
party for like one day,
Hmm.
and then didn't know anybody. And first time I met him, from the first conversation, it was just. I mean, it felt like family. Like that's the best way to explain. Like I've known them boys for 3, 4 months, and it feels like I've known them my entire life. Like I grew up with them. Like it's just like it's one of those where Airsoft brings us together, but the bond keeps us together. Like
Facts.
Sure.
like it's just completely different. This is not an Airsoft team. This is a family that plays Airsoft.
Exactly.
We just happen to be dominating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
it was all positive vibes. Um, I mean, just from the minute I walked in there on the first day, I mean, they knew I wasn't no superstar. I was I was in the works because I just got back into it. But I mean, as he told me day one, he was like, "I'm your coach. I'm gonna get you performing up to par," and he's done pretty good so far.
I would say so. I would say so.
yes, sir.
All
I mean,
right.
I would say so. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely would say so.
Going off of that, Speedy, I'll start with you. What made you, when Roy gave you this call, you know, what made you even consider joining LSA?
What made me consider joining?
Yeah.
Uh, a lot of people, you know, on the internet, they see what we want you guys to see. You know, there's a lot of there's a lot of backstory with their former team, Roy, former team, and at the end of the day, his former team lived in Orlando also. So they were trying to recruit me. No bad blood against them, but I was down to do it. Uh, but then we had our first meeting at Ale House. I realized they weren't taking it serious. That was my big ordeal. Is if I'm working, these 40-hour weeks, I'm putting my money into this hobby. I want everyone else to, and it's not been money related. Just put the effort into
Right.
wanting to thrive and be a team, and go hang out at all of our houses and talk and meet each other's families and stuff like that. And that was lacking. So I I I wouldn't even say I left, but I denied joining their team. And Roy hit me up, like I said, and to be honest, it's just that urge, like, and it's not even like a cliched thing to say. It's just something just told me to say yes.
Hmm.
I just got out of a bad relationship at the time, so I needed something to do, and all I was doing is working, playing games, working, playing games. So I was like, let me go get some exercise, and let me try this out, and it worked out. It was just something that I wanted to see if I still had and see if I still wanted to play airsoft.
Right.
So it was more of a self-motivational thing, and to see how it works, because you miss all the shots that you don't shoot, So
Right.
that's what I did is, I tried it out and it ended up working out really well.
All right, Mason.
Heck
Why
yeah.
did you join LSA? When the opportunity arose, why did you say yes?
Um, I mean, it just goes back to the chemistry and like the environment. Cause I mean, even on that day that whenever you first sold me the gun, everyone was so cool. Everyone was
Yeah.
so chill. It was just, and then going back to the tournament, the first tournament I played on when I wasn't even on LSA yet. I mean, it was just, I mean, can't really put words to it. I mean, it's like I didn't know them, but it felt like I knew them.
Right.
Like the way we just clicked. Chemistry is phenomenal on this team with
Oh yeah.
anyone.
All right. So going back to Speedy on this one, how did the call sign or name tag Speedy come about? How did that happen?
Oh man, I knew this was coming. I just knew it was coming.
We gotta ask.
To be honest, it's so funny, man. Back then, when I started, like I said, at Combat City, in Orlando, I started taking airsoft serious. I made my old team, uh, Prodigy Orlando. Like I said, we were thriving really well. Uh, but before that, there was this ref. There was these two teams that was really good, called Renaissance, or no, called Remedy and Lost Profits. They were the two top teams at the time. Was Remedy and Lost Profits. They Lost Profits unfortunately lost a member due to cliff diving or something. He ended up, something happened with his harness. So they all quit, but they became refs. And one of the refs was like, one day I just ran like full sprint, and one of the refs was like, "Man, for a big guy, you're pretty fast. So let's call you Speedy." And for some reason, man, everyone just kept calling me Speedy, and it just stuck. I would have personally not liked the name. I think it's too cliche, and you can't do anything like advertising wise with Speedy, because I think even Disney owns the word Speedy. So copy like trademark that crap. But that's how it was made. Someone at a ref at another field said, "Hey, for a big guy, you move pretty quick, so we're gonna call you Speedy." And it's because when we look at you, you might not look pretty fast, but you move, man. So
Looks can be
that's how my
deceiving.
call. Yeah, that's how I did a lot of football and I was a fullback and stuff, so that helped out a lot. But yeah, that's how it went. Ref gave it to me, and from there it just stuck. Everyone just kept calling me Speedy.
Right, because I know, and this is a throwback. When I was on nonstop back in 2016, that was the only time I played against you,
Hmm.
in tournament wise, way back then.
That was the only tournament we participated in.
Right, exactly. And all I know is I remember seeing, someone going, "Hey, that's Speedy," you know what I mean? And you come flying by the window, and I was just like, "Speedy," and I still, you know what I mean? That's funny because I called you, I would say that back in 2016, right? And you didn't know,
Yeah.
obviously. I didn't talk to you back then. Um, but and some people may know this, but when we're out and about and just in general, I'll just be like Speedy, and it gets them every time. Everybody be laughing about it, and I don't know. It's just something I
Speedy.
say. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's funny. You know that they call you that,
Yeah.
and
So I mean,
Yeah, go ahead. All you.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. I mean, they gave me that name, and I feel like another add-on to this question is why I chose the number 24 on my jersey.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Uh, so Speedy's my call sign. I originally wanted my number to be 3. Avery had his
Lock that
reasons of
up.
choosing. Yeah, he chose the number before I did. You know, his no hate, no dislike about it. It
Let's get him.
happens.
Let's get him.
So I mean, he had his reasons. I had my reasons, but my second favorite number or reasons why is 24. I was I'm a huge sports watcher, huge Lakers fan, huge Kobe Bryant fan, and when we chose these numbers, it was after the catastrophe of Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the other kids passing away. Can't forget about the other ones also. And it hit me hard, so he was one of my idols. So if I wasn't able to get 3, I definitely wanted 24. So that's why my name's Speedy, and that's why I chose 24. So it's to represent one of my idols.
All right, and then we'll shift over to Miggy. Miggy, you
What's
are
up, boy?
called Miggy.
Yes.
Tell us why, and then you can add on, like Speedy did, why you chose number 30.
Okay, so I don't really have a story for why I'm called Miggy. I
Hey.
mean, it's just something that my friends came up with in high school, and it started as a joke, and it kind of just stuck. Because I used to play lacrosse in high school, and they used to just yell that on the field, and it kind of just stuck. But as for my number 30, we dirty 30, baby. But um, as Speedy said, I also wanted 3, as you can see, 3 chain.
Hey.
I also wanted 3.
Snatched her up.
On a So I grew up. My dad, I like NASCAR. Dad was a NASCAR fan, huge Dale Earnhardt fan. I mean, do it for Dale, right?
Yes, sir.
And then after anything that I played sports in, been number 3, which has been something I've always done. But uh, I picked 30 because when I was in playing Pop Warner football, my dad, my dad, and my coaches called me 30 as a nickname because I played receiver but couldn't catch gloves without some $30 or couldn't catch without $30 sticky gloves. That's what they would say. So they call me 30. And then
Alright.
so I was like, shoot, can't get 3, go 30.
The duo of S&M. So, I mean, I don't really have a question about that. Just, spitball to us. Whoever wants to go
Speedy, I'll
first.
let you start it. I'll let you start it.
I've been starting a lot lately.
Hey.
S&M. So before S&M was created with Miggy, it was S&M with Moose. They are both, shout out to Sam. His call sign's Moose. You guys will probably see him in the later podcast.
Oh, yeah. Everyone will.
Moose and Miggy, they both start with M's. S starts with Speedy. Um, during the tournaments, Moose and I, just like Miggy, we played the same side, and we just clicked, man. I honestly think if there's anyone on this team, he's definitely a hard number 1 chemistry wise. Moose just gets he gets along with anybody, man, on the field. He just knows what he needs to do. He might team kill sometimes. Shout out to Moose,
We
but
ain't gonna speak on that.
yeah, but he definitely
Play the clip.
Hey. Actually, I gotta
but
find them. Here they are.
he definitely he just clicks with a lot of people, man. There's a lot, we all click, but Moose just has that special click. Because I originally played City side, I always played City. That was taken. We were slacking a lot of boat players, so I was down to play it. Originally, it was gonna be me and Avery or Moose and Avery, Avery ended up playing City, and me and Moose ended up playing boat. So that's how that worked out. And But the Speed QB S&M, I like to switch it up. So there's two S&Ms. Speed QB S&M, my boy Miggi, man. He plays Snake. He trusts me with his damn. I don't know. He trusts me a little bit too much sometimes, but man, like that's what makes this team so powerful, man. It's just we just clicked, bro. Like shout out to Miggi, we just clicked immediately, talking and just on and off the field. Like he said in his story, I didn't know who Miggi was. He came as every friend to buy a gun, and he just clicked with everybody, and uh, he just became the other M to add on to the Don. We last BQB tournament at Battalion, we didn't even lose a game. We lost one round. We didn't lose one single game, and it was just me and him on that snake side every single round, grinding it, calling, shout, doing call outs, and just trusting each other. So that's how S&M I think got created. Miggi can share his point of view, but like I said, he me and him speaky B wise is just we click, so it's so compatible. And just even off the field, Miggi, shout out to the boys. We just do a lot of chemistry things. Go to Al's Pizza, and just hang out, and
That sweet
you
pizza
know
busting.
yeah, shout out to
Hey.
Al's Pizza.
Yes, sir. Al's Pizza.
If you want to sponsor us,
Hey,
what
that'd
I'm
be
saying.
sick.
Lend me
But
that money, boy.
Shit.
yeah, but the concluded, that's how S&M got created, and Speaky B was we end up playing together on one side of the field one day, and the next day we end up doing it. The next day we end up doing it. Tournament we did it, and we showed how dominant we were together. And shout out, Speedy would not be Speedy without Miggi and Speaky B. So shout out to S&M. I'll hand it over to Miggi though, man.
Yes, sir. Like you said, but Miggi would not be Miggi without Speedy. You know what I'm
Hey.
saying? But yeah. So we just well, actually, that was my first Speedy B tournament. Cause like I said,
That was your first everything. You know what I mean? Your first full field, your
nah.
first. Yes, it was.
Oh yeah, facts.
Yes, it was. Don't even.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it was. That was your first everything.
What was it?
Oh yeah, cause I didn't play tourneys when I used to play.
Right.
Pop this tournament cherry, bro.
Hey.
Yes,
Sir.
4 dubs under the belt though, 4 months.
Hey.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, Avery, go count me a 4 for 4. But anyway,
Hey.
yeah. So first BQB tourney, first BQB tourney, play with Speedy. I was going Snake. He was stand up snake side, and I mean, we didn't really have. We didn't really talk that much before the game, like talking about what we're gonna do, call out stuff like that. Like we had our call outs for the barriers, but first whistle, slid in the snake. I'm leaning, I'm popping up, and I'm just yelling. I'm yelling. Speedy hears me. He's echoing off of me to the other stand ups, to our X-Men, and then Speedy starts giving me call outs, and I'm starting to echo him. And then it was just avalanche from there. I'm sliding. I see someone shooting me. I yell, Speedy, hold over. That man starts lasering BBs over Snake. I go in and I get me like a 3-piece tender, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like,
Yes, sir.
we never even played together before Speaky B. And first whistle, we was already playing like we've been playing together for 6 years.
Right.
Not even playing.
That's
Yeah.
the beauty of it. You know what? I'm gonna start with Mason this time. Mason, why did you choose to play Snake Side when we play BQB? Like, why is that? Why would you pick that over anything else?
All right.
I want to know this too.
I chose Snake because I hate when I play paintball, when I play Airsoft, I hate being in the back just holding an angle. Like playing stand up is probably the last position you'll ever see me at. I don't know what it is. Like I can play it fine, but just sitting back and then just switching, and just switching. I don't know. I get like a little jittery, and I'm like, all right, let me go up. I just I love to be up. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to be forward, be the aggressor instead of just staying back. Like my man Speedy, one of the best stand-ups I've ever seen. Like that man,
Appreciate that.
one, so accurate, dude. Like I could probably put a penny on my forehead and that man tap it first shot. Not even playing. But like I just like to be the aggressor, and I love Snake. Played Snake and paintball some, and I mean I just like getting into it. I like being a little dangerous. I like to keep people. I like to be the one that keeps people focused on me, so people like Speedy can be like, "Oh, give me that head, boy." You know what I'm saying?
Right. All right. And then Speedy, why did you choose to play stand-ups, rather than any other of those positions?
Well, he chose flex.
I said,
Well,
we'll say
to
chose.
yeah, shows stand up. Funny thing is, a lot of people don't know I've been playing airsoft for years, man. But way longer than a lot of people, and I've never had a lick of SpeedQB experience. Not one time since I've been on since until I joined LSA. So the first tournament we ever participated in, that was a SpeedQB tournament. That was the first SpeedQB that I've ever had in my life. And man, I didn't know what position I was. Uh I played like four different positions that tournament, and we just decided the next BQB tournament to just try to settle on one thing and try to go to a position that helps, your strong suit in airsoft. And mine is accuracy. So they were like, "Hey, get your ass on stand up, see how you like it, see how it works for you." And I mean, no shade, but you can ask the other teams how it worked out. You know,
Wow.
and we hit 4 for 4.
Uh,
We end up, being four champs, a four-time champ so far, and we're just striving from here, man. We love to, this is a little off topic, but we love to get back to the community. When we
oh
go,
yeah.
we're not just playing, man. We're helping the other teams that are growing up and trying to be like us. And I'm not trying to say be like us like we're big, but they look up to us. They see us winning, they want to, win also. But
Exactly.
in between games, we're going out there giving them advice, and just really trying to help the airsoft community, because a lot of airsoft people, and I don't know if you guys are in California watching this, but Florida is not huge in airsoft. It's really big in paintball, but airsoft is lacking. We're not like California. We're not like Georgia at SS Airsoft. So we're really trying to put it on the map and represent Florida. We'll be the first team to be big, other than, I think Miami Airsoft had Rush Airsoft years back.
Yeah, but
They were
they kind
getting,
of fell off. I don't really know what happened to
yeah,
them.
I think I mean, what a lot of teams did back then, just stop playing, or
Yeah.
maybe they got banned.
I
Who
don't
knows?
know.
But
But they just quit.
they were getting a lot of views. When SYG was growing, they were growing. So, but we were just trying to put Florida back on the map and get back to the community, man. And yeah,
You brought up a good point right there. Somewhere in that, little session you just gave us. SS. We are going to SS in March. We're going to participate in their Speed QB. Hey! We're going to participate in their practice Speed QB tournament to get some real deal Speed QB experience under our belt. We're going to show up and show out, hopefully, and try and really realistically put our name on the map in this sport. Um, and we'll see what happens. You guys got any thoughts on that? How that's gonna go? I'm excited. Honestly, I'm excited for the possible vlog that'll come with that, because I personally have a lot of fun making vlogs. I think I like doing that. Um, so I'm excited for that.
yeah.
I'm
to add
excited.
on,
Oh, go ahead, go
Oh.
ahead.
to add on, yeah, like I mean, I got my own YouTube. I'm trying to pursue my YouTube channel, so I love making vlogs and editing them too.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're excited for SS. I'm really excited to see how the comp is out there. I know they're really good. They practice all the time. There's a really good chemistry on those teams, so it'll give us a run for our money and give us experience under our belt, like Avery was saying. So what about you, Miggy?
Yeah, I'm excited for the trip. Excited for the experience. Uh, excited to play. I mean, it's a different style of speed QB than what we're used to. Because I mean, every field's different. Layout is. But
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be fun. Because I mean, if we want to get big, if we want to get better, we gotta be able to play anything. So I think it'll be good for us. I think we could definitely handle.
I think so too. I would hope so. I mean, but
Um,
man,
yeah,
yeah,
if we
we
put in
can
all
put our
this
blood and
effort and
tears.
then we come in last, I would be a little salty, just a little.
nah, I would be big salty.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I know what you mean.
But then we got to
But
take
it's on the
that,
line.
right? And yeah, and we'd have to take that and just sit down, do our homework. You know what I mean? Because we're not about to quit. You know what I mean? We're gonna come back and hopefully not
Yeah.
in last place again. And
Yeah.
just try and you know what I mean? Because you can't just quit. You know what I mean? That's lame. Good. The support on these have been overwhelming, and that's good, and we appreciate that. And as long as you guys keep the support up and all that, we're gonna keep making them. I'm gonna keep introducing some of these boys. Hopefully, you guys find it helpful or insightful, I guess, to the team, because that's what these are for. And here and there, we're gonna throw in some random ones where we're just talking random shit, because I don't want it to just be back to back to back to back to back to back, introducing, because I'm probably gonna ask the same questions more or less, and that's gonna get really repetitive and really boring if I just throw those episodes back to back to back at you. So we'll have some random ass ones, us shooting shit. I mean, I know us three have PC, so do a little PC gaming. You know what I mean? LSA gaming question mark. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah, that could be
Let us know
potentially,
in the
man.
we can
comments.
do that.
Let us know in
Yeah.
the
Like I
comments.
said, us three have PCs. I know I get some of my closer homeboys that don't play Airsoft. If we need someone to fill a squad, they could play. Looking, Isaiah's got a PC. Alex got a PC. So we can fill the squad up for sure. Depending on what game we want to play. So if you guys want to see something like that, LSA
Yeah.
gaming video here and there, we do not mind that at all. I got to figure out how I want to do that as far as perspective-wise, because I know I can give you my perspective and my face cam, but I don't know about giving y'all the other people's perspective and face cam. Y'all would have to download OBS and
I can give
record it.
perspective,
I have
but
OBS.
not face cam. I can give
Already
perspective,
have it.
not face cam though.
All right, thank you guys for watching this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully, have some more boys come on the show, I guess you could say, so we can get some more introductions in, and then also, like I said, we're gonna take a couple episodes to shoot some shit, and or like I said, maybe one of these days there'll be a podcast / video game gameplay. You know what I mean? Just spice it up if that's what you guys maybe want to see. So thank you guys, Speedy and Mason, for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed, making this. And
Yes.
I am gonna have so much fun editing it. You know what I mean? So
Not as many bloopers as last time.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next LSA Talks video. It's about the question I asked. When I ask Izzy a damn question, I get the answer plus an essay of something I didn't really ask for. So
Shout out to Izzy though. Man. Shout out. He's definitely a personality we love.
Oh yeah, he's a personality. All right. All right. So $1,000 PC over there, but he couldn't spend $80 on a freaking webcam. But I'm not talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing.
Do you really want to play? Do you want me to replay the podcast and show your mic audio?
Hey, because that was
like right here,
bro. Last time. I moved it away.
Oh,
I got the
man.
feedback from last.
You said you want to make double, right? No pickle.
I moved it. I moved it.
That boy, he took his bike lessons from McDonald's, bro.
I moved it. You know, my mom watched that, and she was like, "Hey, FYI, when you do your next one, you should like move your mic like far away from your mouth." And I was like, "Oh, you think?" I sat here and edited that, and it took me like 10, 12 hours to get, clip everything down and get it situated. Of course, I think I realized that my mic was too loud, and I hope that I moved it far enough away this episode to where it's not too bad. Because if not, and I'm gonna have to keep, it's gonna, every episode would be like this episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, episode 5, and you know what I mean, until it works.
Yeah.
You should work on, I know you got the guap. Why don't you buy a face cam there, buddy?
I'm going broke on Airsoft, Mike.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Broke on fucking
Airsoft. Y'all ain't seen the new project yet.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's holding that hostage because we won't tell him about our team.
Y'all want to see it?
Deal.
Y'all want to see the new project?
You ain't gonna show us.
Yeah, man. What?
For the podcast?
I got something next week too, man.
For the podcast.
For the podcast?
By now, we've been known about it.
Y'all want to see it? Y'all want to see it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
You want to see what it is?
Let's see
You
it.
want to see what it is?
Let's see it.
You want to see what it is?
No. No. Oh no.
You did not just whip that ugly fucking thing out. No.
He's trying to be Eminem, bro.
You take that
Moose
hat
had
off.
to be a part of that.
You take that hat
Moose
off.
had to be an influential part of that.
You take that
bro.
hat off.
Oh my god. 2 motherfuckers running around with
Hey, you want to see
dildos, bro.
something even better? You want to see something even better?
Anything better than what you just showed me, please. I don't like the drop stock, but
That's on the Inferno.
I mean, it's definitely gonna help your gameplay for sure. I say, yeah. Gameplay wise, it's definitely gonna help, but looks wise, that thing makes you want to throw up.
I mean,
that thing is so
these
ugly.
mags-
Let me show you.
I would say I got one right now.
Wait, where this boy got long socks on, bro. Oh my god. Oh, just cut it, bro.
I'm getting off.
Oh,
shit, dog,
man.
I'm about to go play soccer, you know what I'm saying?
Literally.
It's cold as fuck outside. You know what I mean? Get off me.
Put some pants on.
Before you say that,
Who
though,
puts pants on, bro?
we're